Good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast Show again with Martin, your host here on TradeVSA with VSA 360 and looking at the market. I think we all know the outcome of the Fed meetings, which Jerome Powell did give the ultimatum. Yes, we're going to raise interest rate, but at the same time, we may stop it or we may push up it higher depending on the crisis. So at one point, you can say Jerome Powell is the fireman into the stock market as well as the arson into the stock market, pouring market volatility when it needed and also put up the fire that it does together with Janet Yellen. So this is where we are facing right now, and it's becoming increasingly difficult to look into our market. But where is our market heading onwards, especially right now with the KLCI? Where is it going? So let's take a look with what we have for you in this morning agenda. Definitely this morning, the KLCI has been accumulating in stage 1. That's my best guess. After last week, we saw that big sell-off that we have, and pay attention to the volume. Those of you who have been following the volume spread analysis, volume will be the best area to look at it. So we're going to be talking about how the market stages look like, and going forward, where do we see this rebound incoming? Even last Friday, we were really expecting the rebound to come, and then it did came on Friday, I think on the afternoon, right? And the success of it is that we all need to be patient, waiting for that Pentagon guider. And then especially if you are an experienced, VSA 360 will do the work for you. And you can also try out our 10-day free trial and find out more. Now, of course, our VSA 360 has all the element of our intraday in here, and together right now with a powerful VSA 360 for the insider buying and selling. And of course, Pentagon Guider able to pick some of the past winner that we have, like AAX, Asia X, Volcano, which have almost double-digit return in here, and despite the market looking what it is. But let's take a look at the VSA 360, and a very good morning to you, Nora. Thank you for coming, and let's look into where we have on our VSA 360 this morning. So let's look at the market. Now, if you look into the market in here, our market continue to have the negative selling. Now we have US is up, but US hasn't turned red Pentagon yet. You can see only Hong Kong and Singapore is turned green Pentagon. Malaysia is still pretty much in the red Pentagon. So that pretty much tells you where we are. But I'm going to be breaking down what's really happened to how many days we've been down in here. But the overall market that you see from me up here is the resounding foreign funds continue to be going off. Only we have two occasions. Only 2 days ago we have the this is the green in here, but since then foreign funds been leaving a lot more, and this is what we wanted. If you do get a series of foreign funds buying like we have in February, then this market will sort of lift back out. But now I do think that the market has oversold, right, and time to rebound is coming back very soon. Okay, so where are the hot sectors right now? If you look into it, been falling even on Smart Robie, you would notice what's been really hot is the healthcare. And this is also due to something that I posted on our newsletter, is due to the average selling price, which they are talking about it because a lot of these so-called rubber glove company cannot take the ongoing cost escalation that they have, with the rising of energy prices and also raw material. They are going to be passing on this cost to the customer, despite the previous strategy that they were using, cutting costs, cutting prices with the other competitors from China in here. They know that path. If they do take, especially company like Top Glove, Hatalega and Kosan, they will face a lot of difficulty going on in there. So they're not going to compete on that game. They are simply raising the ASP prices because of the oversupply that we've seen a lot from the Chinese rubber glove supplier. So that's the healthcare, and we did see technology stocks last week did turn, and then this week turned back to a little bit to the red Pentagon in here. But I think with the overall interest rate outlook, which they are looking to a minor one probably in the next quarter in here, or maybe no interest rate, and then follow subsequently by cutting rates. We will see how the interest rate regime will be going on and how much that effect has it on the banking sector in here. So that's where we are right now. So let's take a look at the sector that we have so far. You can see from here a lot of these things are starting to turn green, which is to me very, very good. We got healthcare, consumer property. Remember last week everything was red, so we are turning green Pentagon pretty soon in here. We just need to be a bit patient. And this morning we are still down 5 points. That is also due. And a look at the KLCI seasonality, also pain. We are down 5%, and I do think we've been down for almost 3 months. Akan datang, April will be positive in here. As I said before, we are looking for that market turning very, very soon in here. So of course, let's look at the the other things that we have here, which is the alert. All right, so definitely we got 12 of those alert. Click on E here, and we have many of these turned green Pentagon. The technology Emulus has turned, Optimax, Data Prep, Dufu has turned green Pentagon on the 20th. Oh, that's actually 23rd yesterday. Turned green Pentagon, Kobe, CBD. So this is a telltale sign. Even Genting has turned. IOI, MRCB, Vitrox, only one CJ Century, YBS Connect. So all this has sort of turned green Pentagon in here. This will probably tell UWC, Maybank, MYG has turned red Pentagon, Tesla has turned green Pentagon. So that is the total sign that some of the market are turning back. So these are the early runner. So they run first, then the KLCI will come very, very soon. And usually that's the case we see first, okay? 2 or 3 days before the KLCI turns. So these are what we call the forerunner. As long as you see these top leaders started to move up in here, and you can only get it with the VSA 360 in here. So make sure you check it out on our site. So that is the in here. So I didn't have much on my list here. So this is where the market is looking at, and of course we do want to see some of the Pentagon watch list that I do have in here, but I don't think I have any at this moment. So let's go back to our other topic in here, which is the current market situation in here. Now what we have seen the KLCI, if you look from here, we have the red Pentagon, and this is the schematic side. We did see climatic action, right? Last Friday when the market had a big move. So right now the huge volume that we've seen has arrested that market from going downtrend, and now it's really heading sideways. We will see in the next slide in here. So we are waiting for the green Pentagon to come, and the resistance here will be 1450. Now this morning, just now we have seen the market, which is going back to our dashboard here at 1406. So 1415, another 10 points, assuming this market, maybe just afternoon we'll see this market picking up, then we are likely to move the sideway from here. So that's what we are looking for that 10 points upward movement. So you can see from here the chart is really good. This was the two huge volume that we see here, this and this one here. The market completely reversed upwards, stop that downward movement in here, and now it's on the sideways. So this is what we call the stopping volume, moving into the sideway, and no doubt the trend is still down. What happens is that this market likely on the leading side will started to move sideways in here, down slightly in here, but we need to break up. Red Pentagon still trending downwards in here. We don't know if we do see another upthrust here, there will be SOW, sign of weakness, then the market might continue. But right now, a lot of evidence are pointing to stage 1 accumulation in here, and the US interest rate at least is done for pretty much from the statement that was made by Jerome Powell last the night before in here, and I expect no rate hike in the coming future, at least not until, if you continue to follow us, I'll probably give you an update what is happening to the interest rate rise. Now on the VSA market stages in here, you can see the VSA plugin. We have seen red Pentagon long overdue, which is almost a 52 days or 36 bar. And the last time we had was about 48 days in August last year. So we are exceeded by 4 more days. So that's why we are saying that, just like a market, it's a spring, and we don't really have a crisis. Much of a Malaysian market, just that the sentiments are so weak and the banks hasn't rebounded yet. So we are still waiting for the bank to rebound, but they have to shake out a lot of the losers in here. So definitely market is looking to test lower before it can rebound, and right now we are seeing a couple of SOS in here, tests, and after the test we'll probably see a line change, and that's when green Pentagon will come. All right, first you know it out front in here, and let's look at the VSA 360 1 hour intraday last week. Now last week at 9:36 we opened up and we found Falco. All right, so let's take a look at Falco, and we have seen Falco has a huge volume. There wasn't really much of the volume, then the volume came in and this somehow pushed that price up right, and then the market suddenly fall back here. And we do know some reason for this, and one of the reasons we can check it out with VSA 360 is definitely using our VSA 360 other than foreign funds buying. You can see foreign funds buying those 2 days happen to push it down. So also there is a lot of stock illiquidity, all right, because the stock is illiquid. Only when the insider come in and buy, we can see this big huge surge. Now let's take a look at VSA 360 and look at Falco, who were buying at that time, right? So that's why sometimes when the insider are buying in a quite illiquid market, which we all see, some of these doesn't have much of the volume, like 2,000, and then you got one day you see that huge volume here. These two days actually did signify the 11460, 1.4 million and another 1.5 million unit. All right, so here is where you can see Mr. Mac and another one, Muhiba Engineering, bought about 1.3 million. So that's 1.3 million at 2 ringgit share, close to almost $2 million in here. So that would, in my opinion, form the support, because once the insider come in and buy, generally we don't see much of a selling, because they are one of the biggest absorption, and they took it. But do take note, the floating shares is not a lot, so which means once the insider buy, this stocks is going to be high. Now the dividend was high last year, I did check it out, and this was also due to the first interim payment that was paid, so which is about 46% in here. So that's so Mr. Mac here, you can click on that one, which is actually the Mac Yin Boon, the managing director. So definitely managing director may know something about Falco. Their projects is up 7% for the year in here, which is a very good stocks, in my opinion. Pays good, but the ROE hasn't been that great, only 5% ROE, and still paying a lot of dividend for the company, which is in the let me take a look, design and manufacture wide range of crane. All right, so this is something that good to know. When we buy some of these stocks that you see here is caused by the insider buying in here. Also, let's take a look at this morning alert, where we have seen in here only MGRC. All right, so of course MGRC, we also want to check out the VSA 360 since we have this feature right now. So it's also good for any of you who are looking into this stock, this company here, and this will give you some sort of a reassurance that if insider are buying, and if you were to scroll up, there isn't none compared to what we've seen earlier on, but definitely there is a buy call by Kenangan on 8th of March earlier, and one on last month at 95 cents. So I do think that this is actually a very good base where we've seen here. And what do? They are in the genomics services for biotech. All right, online presence in here. Doesn't pay any dividend, ROE of 13 times PE of 13. So it's just, but the market, this stock has been broken down a fair bit. You can see been down 18%, and much of it down 25% in here. Are they losing money? All right, though yet to be seen on those fundamentals of, and of course, if you want to check out the fundamentals, all you got to do, go to the financials in here, and we can go on to TradingView. which will bring up our stocks. And you can see on the quarterly basis, they are making a loss, all right? A loss of 1 million in here, though, so that explains why the market actually went down. It is first quarter was down 22%, and then the second quarter, which is down almost 1 million. So they were losing money on annually. 2022 was a pretty good year, but this year I think it's down. So does that signify that the CEO, Mr. Mac here, okay, no, there's no foreign funds buying this for this one in here, so it may hold at some sort of base in here. So MGRC turning green pentagon may be a bit premature, right? People are moving out in here, and also good. This is how you want to look into the market, that the market fell partly due to the falling margin in here, but we are seeing green pentagon in here. We haven't seen any signs of buying. If there are green pentagon followed by insider buying by any of this so-called big shareholders, then something that you should take notice of. All right, so that is how I will use the VSA 360 to sort of check out where I find some of these stocks. Especially right now, I need to be a bit more picky, and the market's not generating the kind of thing. So insider buying, why not? Always, definitely a good idea to be checking it out here, who are using it and how it's going to be benefiting you in here. All right. So insider buying, definitely many reasons. One of them through the studies in here that people who follow insider buying can make abnormal return in here. Now our VSA 360 has the buy call, sell call by analysts, and also followed by the other indicators like the transfer and others, which is actually bonus issue, which I've just shared with you in here. So if not, this is one of the so-called good case where long period accumulation, almost about 6 to 7 months before the big move that we see on CY Park and also Toyo Wen in here, right? And we did know January month was a nice month, and you need to couple with the overall movement in the small cap stocks. Right now we have seen the red pentagon is still down, so many of these stocks are not pushing up as nicely as it is, and a lot of profit taking. So let's take a look who is buying now. Last week we did feature Pelican, okay? So let's feature Pelican, continue, have 2 buy in here. So let's take a look this morning on Pelican, and this is why you want to have access to the VSA 360 even when the market is not encouraging some. But we do see a big move up here on the other day. All right, you can see from here the stocks continue to push up higher after the last buying of 12k. We have another one, 50k, Mr. Lu, which is who is Mr. Lu Hui Kiat. So we just click on that one, which is also the CEO, Malaysian businessman, held in 10 different company in here. So he's been buying, and perhaps the sentiment that he has in this company is rated 4 out of 10, RE11 with a PE of 7 times in here, and they do stationary, nothing sexy about this. And in the past, many who have saw this company go up and down, and it has been really up boom. This whole 3 months onwards has been up 74%. So sometimes, been up too much. We have to be very careful. If you do have this stock, take some profit in here, because if you look at generally over some time, these stocks have very tough losing months in here. So it's coming soon. This may undergoing a selling. If so, if you are riding on this one in here, look into taking some profits right now for Pelican as such as we've seen in here. Okay, and last week RCE cap, we can see lots of buying. All right, so let's take a look at RCE cap. So RCE cap had lots of buying in here, rated 6 out of 8, a very fairly good company in here, and looks like Champaka, the M Corp family are buying 64k, 34, so huge buying, and I do think that this will be well supported. It's just that the banking crisis with a high interest rate, this stock's not going up as much as it can. Champaka Empire, click on that one. So it's owned by the family group, which is Tan Sri Azman Hashim. All right, so that's pretty much know that insider are buying into this kind of company in here. Let's take a look at the next one, right? And I think this one will hold its base. Syntax, okay, lots of buying again. So Syntax in here, lots of buying here. SCI and tax, sign tax. So 4 out of 8, another good investing stock in here. And analyst is just giving it at 299. Now it's about 340. The market has sort of dropped off a bit in here. So there's a lot of buy call, $4, $3.90, $4, right, and 360 here. So here you could see Mr. Lim Peng Ji. Lim side in here, anyone? 52k Lim Peng Siong, Lim Peng Ji, Signtech Infinity, Lim Peng Cheong, 450k in here. So this is a Lim family. Let's take a look at this one, TM Lim. Shareholders, I think these are maybe again another family kind of outlook in here. There's a buy call here at 4 ringgit, another one at $4, another one whole at 360. Of course, if you can't see, just expand this and it will give you a very nice layout of the chart here. 360, 299, lot of buy call. Another one too from MBI that was at $4. So a lot of this $4 in here. Analysts are looking for this company. So this is a longer term share. Definitely market has fallen off right now. I think at this price, it may look a bit attractive. This morning opens up and then right now it is down 0.5%. All right, for Signtech, we will check it out next week and see how well this company will push up. So another one is also Chin Hin. We have seen also Chin Hin been going through a tremendous amount of buying by the insider here. Right, so you can see from here, Chin Hin is a lot of buying. And you can see from here, Datuk Sri Jiao. So there's a lot of buying we are seeing in here. Every day a huge buying, and that's also provide the kind of support. It's also the board of non-independent, so he's also a chairman of Signature Board. Okay, so Datuk Sri Jiao Beng Tech. Okay, so owners buying, and will it take out the old high to 420? If you go back to last 6 months, yes, this guy has been buying a lot. All right, so check it out in here. This is Chin Hin, and next week we'll come and take a look at it in here. So early on March 2023, we have begun our training for our VSA 360 to get you up as the trader and the investor you want to. So this is just a snapshot of the 3-month training that we are looking for our member to go through it here and to prepare themselves about the coming if the market were to turn green Pentagon moving in. And of course, those of you who want to check out join our fraternity of our VSA 360, you can go through our 10-day free trial and check it out in here, activate it. And for those of you already, you can also subscribe to our TradeVSA system and giving it good reviews so far. All right. So that's all I have for this morning. If you have any stocks that you want me to review, feel free to pencil those in there. I'm happy to take a look at them. All right. And more importantly, use the smart Robie in here to check out what's the green Pentagon and red Pentagon so far. But for those of you who want a bit more edge, the VSA 360 insider buying and selling will give you the edge. So for that, thank you very much. And don't forget to click our YouTube TradeVSA and also check out and share our Telegram chat room in here for all things that is stock market. That's all we have. Have a pleasant day. I'll be back on Monday with you with another Smart Robie breakfast show again. Bye-bye.